Hello everybody, or should I say ho ho ho, and welcome back to the Urban Rider Studio. Today I am surrounded by items that I would love to see underneath my Christmas tree this year if you're trying to pick out some items to buy the loved one in your life who rides a motorcycle, or if you're even more selfless and you're trying to convince other people to buy things for you, then we've compiled a list of things that have impressed us this year, stuff we think would make great Christmas presents. Now, there are different categories in here, different price points as well, some more affordable things, some that are more pricey but definitely worth it, but either way, we should have something in here to cater for everyone. Let us start with a Christmas staple, and that would be socks. Now, it might sound like a naff gift to receive, but I would love to get socks. In fact, I'm very happy whenever I do get socks for Christmas, and maybe that shows my age. But these socks in particular, we have a new brand that arrived with us called ZEROFIT, and they have the Heat Rub Ultimate Socks. The reason these are my pick is these are technically the warmest base layers in the world. That is their words, not mine, although I think I do agree. I have tried these on and tested them, and they did keep me nice and cozy. It's thanks to the fibers that they use that are still comfortable against your skin, but they allow for that pocket of air. And they also add a little bit of friction to the equation, which helps them warm up quicker than some other base layers. Now, if you don't want those, we have got other sock options as well, ranging between about £11 up to £25 if you want something like the ZEROFIT. Now, I already mentioned base layers, but that's another great gift that I'd love to receive this year. ZEROFIT are my preferred option, and it's similar to something like the ERGO Pro, which I'll mention later on when it comes to waterproofing. But if I were looking for a really warm, reliable, comfortable base layer, I would be picking the ZEROFIT hands down. They have either the Move, which is slightly lighter, and if you're more active on the bike, then that might be a better choice for you. Or if you're sat stationary, doing long miles at high speeds, then it would be the Ultimate I'd be picking. And they range between £40 and £60, so not too expensive. The other thing that's an essential, and I can't get enough of, are neck tubes. It's a really safe bet for bikers. So if you have someone in your life who rides a bike, a neck tube is something they probably already have and probably wouldn't mind other options of, so you can swap them out, clean them, style them actually, and stick them, match them with the rest of your ensemble. We've got some great options from the likes of GOLDTOP. They're the newest ones that we've got in. They could be a good choice. And if you want to go a little bit extra with your neck tube or your face warmth, then go for a balaclava. We have the REVIT MAXIMUS 2, which covers your whole face. So if you are riding in the depths of winter and you want to keep your head warm, then that could be a great option too. If it's been raining a lot recently, and I know that's a hard thing to imagine, so you'll have to do the best you can, waterproofs are a really safe bet as well. Some of our favorites, you'll have heard me mention them time and time again, are the Scott ERGO Pros. If you are limited to only getting one, then I would prioritize the trousers over the jacket, although both of them obviously are good. It's just that I would assume most bikers have a waterproof jacket of some kind. It's the legs that tend to bear the brunt, so waterproof trousers are a really great option. And the ERGO Pros are highly flexible, highly reliable, and just a really good option all in all. If you're looking for more stocking fillers, then we have the VISIODRY, which is a hydrophobic coating that you can spray onto your visor, onto your clocks, onto your mirrors, and it's water repelling, so it will stop the buildup of water. Actually is quite effective. You will have to reapply it periodically in the future, but it can be quite a handy little trick. Moving on to something a little bit more pricey, we have motorcycle security, and our top pick amongst pretty much all of the team, in fact I'm going to be confident enough to say the whole team, are the HIPLOK offerings, the DX1000XL in particular, but anything from HIPLOK is a really good option. Now this is pricey, coming in at around £300, but it's definitely worth it because of its angle grinder resistance. The XL is the one that we would pick within the team because it is the most universal size. I'm not going to cast any aspersions as to your budget, but if somebody you know who rides a bike is talking about wanting to beef up their security, this would be a really, really good option. Casting light on some more of HIPLOK's products, we actually really like the HIPLOK Z-Locks as well. They are a lockable cable tie, which are quite versatile. Obviously, you don't want to lock the bike with these, but things like your motorcycle helmet, your backpack, stuff like that, these will be quite useful. And they are around 10 to 20 pounds, depending on the version that you go for, either the one with the key, the thinner one here, or the combination lock, which is a little bit thicker. Great little versatile stocking filler. Speaking of versatility, something that everyone in the team, and I'm not exaggerating, everyone in the team has are rock straps. Now there are different versions of them, but the rock straps that we have here are between 20 and 30 pounds, and they are so versatile, so useful. I tend to leave mine sat on the seat just in case I have to bring something with me. It's really useful if you don't want to carry your backpack and you just want to strap that to the seat. And they're really small. You can shove them under your seat. If you've got under seat storage, you can stick them in your backpack and always have them with you. But like I say, I will guarantee you'll find a use for them. Another inexpensive, really safe option, because every motorcycle needs a pair, are earplugs. Now, if you've already got a pair, for the person you know who rides already has a pair, then maybe you don't need something like this. But if you don't, then please invest in it, because once your hearing is gone, it's gone. You can't get that back. So try and protect it as best you can. Now, one of the things, and I've watched a lot of videos on which ones are best to use in the past, and the one that keeps coming up actually are the ALPINE MOTO Safe, specifically the Tour, although there are other versions. I actually do own a pair of these. Now, I wasn't sure if they did anything. I put them in when I was at home, just sat there, and they didn't seem to block out an awful lot of noise, but on the road, they do block certain frequencies. And this isn't just my anecdotal evidence of this. I've watched other reviews. Now, we'll drop links down below if you want to check out some comparisons to judge for yourself. Either way, we do stock other brands. We've got a new pair from Oxford, actually, if you want to check those out instead, but I would still pick these. This next one I don't actually have in the studio, but I definitely do have it on my bike. That's the Oxford Cruise Throttle Assist, which again kind of shows my age. But if you're doing longer distance, and I say shows my age because my dad told me about this and he absolutely loved it, just kept harping on about it, and I tried it and it did make my life a bit easier when I was doing long distance. So this is a little plastic grip that you put on your throttle, and it just takes out some of the pressure from your wrist so you can just lightly apply your hands to it. And it does make a difference over long distances. Dirt cheap, really practical, thank me later. Or more accurately, thank my dad. Now when it comes to navigation, we have a few different options on the website. One of our favorites is the BEELINE MOTO 2. And I think this is a massive upgrade on the BEELINE MOTO, the original version. This I much prefer and could be a really good option for people with a classic bike where they want a minimalist look, but they still want some form of navigation. Depends how much you love them, because these are about 180 pounds, but they might already have a navigation device on them that they use regularly, like a mobile phone. So if they're the sort of person who wants to use their phone instead, I would recommend QUADLOCK. I do use it myself and it is trustworthy. Bear in mind that you will probably have to buy a few different things, namely a case for your phone or a sticky mount which you can apply. And I've used this on previous phones of mine and it's absolutely fine. Again, trustworthy, it won't come off. And you've got a vibration dampener. That is something I would recommend as well, because you want to make sure that the delicate parts of your camera aren't getting too much vibration through the bars. So if you can, then get this in addition to the handlebar mount. And as far as gifts go, it can be quite good because they make loads of different things, and you'll probably find that you want to go for a car mount as well, or something on your desk, or one of the other many accessories. Again, something on the pricier end of the spectrum, we have a comms unit, and I was lucky enough in the past to receive one of these for Christmas, and I absolutely love it. It's one of those things that's really hard to go back from if you've ever had it. Now, my top tip, it doesn't really matter which one you go for. We have a few options. We've got the INTERPHONE UCOM 16, which is sat over there, and that is the unit that I've got on my helmet. If you want to do some research outside of that and find something else that maybe you prefer, the most important thing is that if the person who rides has other friends who ride and they're on a specific unit, i.e. Senna or Cardo, then make sure you go for the same unit so they can communicate between the two, because annoyingly, some of them are cross-compatible between different brands. UCOM actually are with Senna. And the other thing I would bear in mind is make sure it's a mesh unit if they are going to use it for comms, because it's a more robust type of connection. It means that if you drop out of line of sight, which will happen when you're out riding, it will connect up much, much quicker. So make sure it is mesh compatible if possible. Bike maintenance is also a really great option. I love stuff that will make my life easier on the bike. And one of the things that has impressed us the most and is the most versatile is the Motion Pro Mini Trial Toolkit. It's a little Swiss Army knife of a thing that you can adapt and change. It will take off bolts between 8, 10, 12 or 14 millimeters. So basically 99% of the bolts on your bike. So if you have that on you at all times, if you ever need to tighten something on, and I own a Ducati, that's often the case with the Ducati or other bikes that vibrate. I had a Moto Guzzi before as well, and that tended to shake itself free of bolts as well. So you might need something like this when you're on the go. Very, very useful. Something that my colleague Rob expressly wanted me to point out, and maybe that's a sign that he wants me to buy it him for Christmas, is the Park Tool magnetic bowl, so that if you have taken off some bolts from your bike and you don't want to lose them, you have somewhere to put them, and it's magnetic, so the bolts will not fall out, so you'll know exactly where they are, which can be very, very handy. And if he does want me to buy it, then it's only £11, so I might try and see if I can get him in the Secret Santa this year. Lastly, when it comes to maintenance tools, something I've definitely used a lot in the past is a portable compressor, something to inflate your tyres, and that is an indictment on the road conditions around here and the quality of them, the amount of bolts, nails, glass, all sorts of crud that get into my tyres and just ruin my week, if I'm being honest. So I've used tyre inflators a lot over the years, and we have a new one from ROKIT, and it is really small, really easy to bring with you and can help you out in a pinch. It's the portability for me that is key here. Cleaning products might sound like a boring gift to receive, but in actual fact, it's the cleaning that is boring, and anything that makes my life easier when it comes to cleaning is definitely welcome. So we have a new brand with us, it's called ROKIT. They have the ROKIT Off Cleaning Kit. We've got 3 different ones. They're £30 for the motorcycle cleaning kit, you've got a helmet kit as well for £30, or you've got the ceramic kit for £70 if you want to try that out. You can also buy things separately, but this is a lot easier to wrap because it is a box. And it does have everything, genuinely does have everything you would need in there to keep your bike clean. So it is a really great one-stop shop where motorcycle cleaning is concerned. And the next product actually comes as a recommendation from the shop team. So in case you're not aware, we have the Chelsea branch of Royal Enfield. We actually have a dealership there where people can go and demo bikes and bring them back to us very dirty. And the shop team have the unenviable task of keeping them clean. So I have asked them in the past how they manage to keep them looking nice and shiny, and they have recommended on multiple occasions the VULCANET all-in-one cleaning wipes. Now, if you've gone and taken your bike on some muddy trails, maybe you'll still want to use a hose, but if it's just that regular road grime that you get from commuting, that sort of light layer over the top of it, this is a really great, quick and easy option to leave it clean and streak-free. Luggage is something that regularly pops up on my Christmas wish list, and some of the bags that have most impressed me this year, they come in at an affordable price as well, definitely in comparison to their competition, are the KNOX EDA, which is probably my favorite because it's a little bit more versatile. I especially like the suitcase style opening on that one. But if you want something with full waterproofing, then the KNOX Studio Mark III could be a better pick for you. If, however, you want something leather and classy looking, then we have something hot off the press, brand new to us from the company GOLDTOP. They make some quality leather products, and they have 2 new ones. Those are the tank bags you can see on the table, available in either a canvas and leather option or a full leather option, ranging between £100 to £150. I've said it before, I will say it again, magnets impress me. It's the quickest and easiest way to impress me, and these have some really strong magnets. So make sure you have a metal tank that actually will magnetize too, and not a Ducati like me with a plastic tank, stupid bike. Then of course you can fasten these there. They're really, really handy. And they also have a shoulder strap so you can carry them with you whilst you're off the bike. I love that. The quality of the leather, of the metal hardware is all really high. And then 2 more neat little gifts if you're looking for something to carry your equipment whilst you're off the bike, namely your helmet. We have the WENTWORTH SLING, which has been a high performer actually in Christmases of the previous years, and it's a great little option. It's something we didn't know we needed until it was invented, and that it can be quite a handy thing. So you strap that through your helmet and carry it with you whilst you're off the bike. Trip Machine also do an option, and it's this little pouch, which again is very, very neat, and it's got a sack inside that you can carry your helmet in, stick it over your shoulders and just bring it with you. So it can be quite a useful thing. And as a brand in general, Trip Machine offers some great, inexpensive, in comparison to other brands, leather options for all sorts of luggage, for bike accessories like straps, for your grips, for things over your headlight, loads and loads of different things. They have quite an array of products, so check them out if you're looking for some quality leather. And of course, if you simply can't decide which item is best, or you want to put some money towards something from this list, then we have gift cards on the website as well. And that is our list of recommendations if you're looking for a complete Christmas gift guide. Send this to anyone you know and love that you maybe want to nudge into buying you some gifts this year. I will send it likewise to my wife, my dad, my mum, my brother, and anyone else I can possibly think of. Let us know your favorites in the comment section if you feel like we've missed any, and I'll see you soon.